Yeah, I don't know. This video that's coming up, the 22nd night of the living fast of Ramadan. I looked at it, and um, it's a little sketchy because for a couple of reasons. One of them is that well, let me just say first of all, if you're not fasting, I'm not going to make any rules or anything. I'm going to say if you're not fasting and you're not any kind of thing that you get, kind of state that you get from fasting. Um, you're not going to probably want to make the effort or trying to get into what I'm saying here in this particular talk very much because you're just not in that kind of fluffy place where you kind of look at things and the feeling might not be that calm or quiet, and you might not want to you know it'd just be too much. And but if you are fasting and you're kind of in a certain kind of loose or, fairly free mood, you're not thinking about things too much, why then, um, I'm going to try and put this talk up because there are some things that I think are worth looking at that we look at, and I also want to say that the thing is, we get fasting, not thinking too much, and not guard isn't up, and I can see in here, and it's always true as when Muslims interface with other people. I was actually I've been a practicing Muslim for a short period of my life, and then my because I have this gift myself, but I did get to experience some of that, so I know. And I've interfaced with Muslims before, so I know that you're very strict about this and that. You say one kind of thing, one little thing, you could say, "Oh my God, it's there. It is. That's the devil talking to us. Don't listen to this person." Well, you know, I'm sure that various times we get waylaid as we speak about things and different forces come in. I try to, of course, like you do, I'm sure you try to avoid that as much as you can. But there's some things in here, I can see, uh-oh, got a little unguarded there. And, there isn't anything that I've said in this talk or any other talks that, if we talk together, I could, kind of explain to you, well, yeah, but what I'm getting at here and stuff. We could converse about it. You could probably be, somewhat reassured that it wasn't, some mischievous imp or something talking and trying to get you off track or something. I'm not trying to. You could go right ahead and just follow your form and things like that all your life. Um, if that's what you know, that's what feels good to you, and that's what you want to do. Well, I'm just somebody talking, and don't pay any attention to me. But if you like to really look at things and challenge yourself and kind of consider things, you're not afraid to consider something. So, you know, like take the Christians. Christians end up having their Sabbath on Sunday because of one thing or another. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it. There's all sorts of stories about why they switched from the Sabbath, Saturday, to Sunday. And there were some people really looking at it and said, no, it's not supposed to be Sunday. Don't you see right here where it says in the scripture and in the holy book that it's supposed to be on Saturday? Why are you doing it on Sunday? Well, blah, blah, blah. And so, they had a point. People have different points, things, insights, and experience and understanding, and things that they learn from things. They try to pass them on. That's all I'm doing. Passing on some things that work. For instance, when I talk about vigiling, you might not know. It might be hard for you to vigil. If you just relax and kind of don't try to get what I'm talking about here. It's not getting into a bunch of intense physical activities, which in this case, the prayer becomes an intense physical activity. I know because, as I say, I've been there with the brothers doing that. But, you want to kind of, because, for instance, suppose you're just sitting around well, it's hard to do, and then maybe you start forcing yourself. That wouldn't be good. So there's a lot of ways that what I'm talking about, vigiling, could misfire. You just sort of relax and you kind of arrange the things so that maybe you have the holy book or some good material or something that you can look at. So if you get kind of maybe you sit for a while, and nothing much happens, so on. You think, oh, I can't keep doing this. I've got to study. So maybe you do need to do something. Maybe you just kind of would be harmful to you just to keep forcing yourself to sit there. No, but the idea is to kind of calm down and maybe read the holy book. You know, but stay calm and stay some degree. I'm not talking about extremes. Never ever go to extremes. Going to extremes in the name, I don't care what it's in the name, is no good. Stay balanced. Stay in the middle. Don't hurt your body and your nerves and everything in your body. Sacrifice them so that you can get something. Because that's kind of the game. I shouldn't say game, but that's the thing of the fast. Part of the emphasis of it is, okay, now let's try to get that night of power. Let's deserve it. Let's do it. All those sort of things where you try to do something, it's just not going to work for you. I mean, if you make good ordinary efforts that have a good content and understand your limits of that, for instance, suppose you cook a good meal and you understand about limits, and so you want to help somebody, so you invite a couple of people over. I'm going to get myself into trouble here. I can see it coming, but anyway, you invite a couple of people over, and and, you have enough food and everything and stuff, and things work out. It's good. But and so then maybe another time your capacity gradually increases, and you'll have more. And of course, you could stretch if you wanted to test yourself. You could have 10 people over, and that would probably be good too. But in general, if you go too far, it might not be that good. And you have to kind of know. You would have to have guidance. If you have guidance in your life, I'm talking about living guidance in your being from now on, then you don't need to listen to me very much at all. Maybe I can mention something that might be interesting to you or valuable, but mostly give you an explanation about something. But mostly you get your own. God is your teacher. He teaches you perfectly well. So just coming back to the vigil for a minute. The idea is not to, I'm suggesting to you, I know some of you probably go, oh, this guy obviously does not know what he's talking about. Maybe I do know something, but, I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm going to say that remaining calm, remaining somewhat alert, kind of seeing, what you do, watch what you do, don't be willful about everything. Those are all things that can help you. When the prophet received I don't know, what was it, the revelation, or, in other words, it's a big word, isn't it? But, when the Almighty drew close to him, he was just doing I think he was moved to fast. I'm not sure. Anyway, he was just doing a normal fast. And, doing it pretty well. It probably wasn't, it wasn't because he was doing this perfect fast. It was time for him. It was his time. And your time, you have a time too. You get a time. You're sincere. God will come to you. You can be like a child. Just kind of ease off of your toys and things that you play with during this last 10 nights. You're pretty clean. You haven't been eating. You've been kind of avoiding things that, pollute your feelings and kind of obscure and dark things. Um, Maybe, hopefully, if the fast goes well, I'm sure all you know this, or most of you know this, there are times when the fast goes well, you feel quite good, energized, pretty good. So, you can try it one year, maybe, I don't know, maybe, if you want to, you can try and see, but just relax, kind of don't arrange a lot of activity. Um, There's always a sort of breaking down, something new comes in. But the new thing that's come, the new gift, it doesn't contradict. It's in harmony with actually the new truth, as the prophet would like to receive it, said the truth. It doesn't contradict, no contradiction. There's no intention here of saying, because I can see in the talk, I can easily twist the thing. So he's saying it was written in Paul, what's in the book. Oh, I see what it is. No, I'm not saying that. Not Paul. It's good. Good. Saying that ultimately, while you're following what's in the book, you should, you might have the thought and bear in mind that, if God gives it to you, then you'll be able to get your own guidance. And when, for instance, I can tell you from experience, I suppose you had your own guidance and it came to do Ramadan. You call it Ramadan, fast. Now let's say you're going to follow your own guidance coming from God. Would you do the fast? You're doing right, you would, because that's what happens. That's a command. You go, well, I don't know. I'm thinking, maybe. I mean, it's a new world, blah, blah, blah. I don't think but your hands won't move, and you won't be able to eat even if you wanted to. When your hands are alive, they obey the command of God themselves. They do. So the fast, for instance, you're going to do the fast, but in doing that fast, in that way, sure, yeah, we'll read, listen, but there's also a lot of period there where you're just kind of quiet. Maybe you lie down. You don't go to sleep. You're not lying down to sleep. You're lying down to kind of ease off, seeing your body and process things. Sit in the chair and process what God wants you to do. But I've observed, because I've done the fast with some people who have also received this gift, that I've been pretty lucky. I've received things on Nights of Power a lot of times, almost every year. Good things made me, helped me, cleared up my vision, or gave me an understanding. It's not like some kind of thing that comes in you, oh my God, no. Maybe something does come, but it comes into your inner being. So that you suddenly understand something, or you kind of get a chance to grow, so you're in a kind of a slightly better place. That's always nice. Things like that. And it did not, and those people that I was with were busy talking or reading or doing things. They weren't getting it. Because you have to consider. Suppose I was your father and I wanted to give you something, you were my little child.